Greetings, it's Dani Filth from Cradle of Filth, and we'll be coming to Australia in September.
That's you will, my friend. Thanks for joining us this evening, Dani.
No problem.
So, Cradle of Filth have just announced a run of shows in Australia this September, starting the 24th in Perth, then going to Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney, and finishing in Brisbane on September 29th. So, it's been a while since you've been here, mate. We've missed you.
Yeah, pre-pandemic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fair while back. Yeah,
that'll be the main crux of the reason then.
We'll let you off on that one. So what's actually changed with Cradle of Filth since you were last out here?
Well, we've got a different lineup. Well, we've toured everywhere. We toured America during the pandemic, actually, right on the tail end. Aside from that, we're in the progress of writing a new album. We've already done our track with Ed Sheeran as well, although that won't be coming. That'll be probably coming out on the special edition of the new album, but I can't really talk much more about that, all legalities and what have you. So our new album should be out. Well, we should be dropping a new single actually around the time of the Australian tour, maybe a little bit later. But now you mentioned the dates. Now that I know them,
now sure. You know where to put them in your diary.
Yeah, it should be put about the same time. With the outlook for the album being dropped around March next year. So I'm not today. It's one of the few days I've had off. That's why I've been running around like a headless chicken, or chook, as you say. Yeah. So that's almost finished, and just been super busy with the band. Lots of gigs. The album we started last July, and our record company was like, "Why are you taking so long?" It's like, well, because we're on tour. Like we were, since we started the album, we literally went off on tour for 2 months. So, so we've been very, very busy. It's all good.
Very good. And you're going to be coming out with Infected Rain, who have never actually played in Australia before, mate. But have you ever played with them before? They look like they'd be a pretty good band.
No, we haven't played with them before. I know their music. They also share the same management company, the Oracle Management, which is managed by Des Fafara and his wife, Anastasia. Looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. And you're going to be touring on the back of the new live album called Trouble and Their Double Lives. So it must be weird.
The Trouble and Their Double Lives.
Double lives, right here.
Double live record.
And it must be a bit weird announcing a live tour to promote a live album. It's not normally done like that.
Well, it's not really to promote a live album. The live album came out last year. We're just touring because we haven't been back to Australia for a while. I could say, I mean, if people want to see it as promoting that, that's all fine. That's good. But yeah, that came out last year.
Right. Yeah.
We're hoping to have our new album out by the time we came to Australia this time. But like I say, we've just been touring too much. Yeah. And I guess down the line, someone else will be moaning about why something isn't done because we've been touring in Australia.
Cradle of Filth have always had a well-deserved reputation of being a fantastic live band, mate. So, but for the benefit of people out here who might not have seen you before, like run us through. Like, there's a lot of theatrics. There's a lot going on.
Well, there is. Obviously, we can't bring a full stage show to Australia because they'd just, be months being shipped over and what have you. So, I mean, we're a very live, theatrical, cinematic band. There is a lot going on in our music and on stage as well. We wear quite elaborate costumes, which is a bit self-deprecating, really, seeing as we always play in really boiling places and always asking for an excessive amount of fans to cool us down. Australia, no doubt, will be the same. But no, we're looking very much forward to coming back to Australia. We always have a massively brilliant time there. And obviously, it's not a sort of place we can just pop over to at the weekend. Okay. It takes a lot to get us over there, get all the organisation and everything. So, obviously, after the pandemic, it's been a bit of a strain, everybody putting their lives back together again. And we're hoping that it'll be more of a regular occurrence after this.
Hell yeah. Now, you guys have played a lot of shows, obviously. So from your point of view as a band, like, is there anything the crowd can do to make you come off stage and go like, fuck, that was a really good show?
Well, being supportive is always a good plus.
Yeah, true.
Not booing. That would be in the top of my list, I would think. No, just good crowd reaction. I always like stage, when I say stage divers, I totally welcome them. Not like when I was a kid and went to see Obituary and there was more people on stage than there was in the audience. But yeah, I like a lot of audience reaction, a lot of things going on. Don't mind a circle pit either. We just kind of stop it when it starts. You get a lot of meatheads who like punching girls and that. That's not cool. But other than that, anything goes.
Yeah, very good, man. So you mentioned a bit about the new album before, man. So how advanced is that?
Pretty advanced. I think I'll be done singing this Thursday. Then we go off to Jakarta in Indonesia for a one-off festival over the weekend. And when we come back, we begin the mixing process. So it's all supposed to be wrapped up, done and dusted by the beginning of June, he says. Add on a couple of weeks just for, just for those last minute edits where you wake up at 2:30 in the morning sweating because there's a beat you think you don't like or something somewhere on the album. But no, it should be done by then. And then we begin, the task of videos, and which is also another task for us because we're going to be shooting them in the Czech Republic on the back end of starting our summer festival run.
Nice. Is that because like the theme you sort of want to go with the videos matches what's happening in Czech, or is it just work out because that's where you'll be?
No, it's because that's where we'll be.
Yeah, right. Nothing's good.
Yeah, our band is like almost galactic at the moment, well, if you leave off space, so maybe not. You've got two people in America, one person in England, which is me, used to be an English band, Scottish bass player, and two people in the Czech Republic, and our crew from all around the world. So the Czech Republic is kind of our central meeting hub.
Yeah, right. Yeah, cool. So on the subject of recording albums and stuff, man, like, are you the sort of person, because these days there seems to be a lot of time between an album being finished and when it comes out. So I think you're the sort of man that you put it to bed once you've done, or do you sort of lay there and, like you say, wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go, I want to go back and change that?
Well, it'd be to a certain degree, and then once it's done, it really is done. Because obviously, the studio, the board gets wiped. You obviously can revisit it in a complete disaster, but no, we give ourselves a window of about a month just to be sure. But once it's actually done, nailed in the coffin, sent off to the RC, then I'm afraid that's it.
What about the new music, mate? Like, is it what people would expect from the band, or I know you mentioned experimenting a couple of times on the last album, but is it going further?
It's a step on from the last record, same production values, same producer, although we always approach it from a different way, so it does sound a lot different. I can't go too much into it because no matter what I say, it's not really going to justify or do justice to the tracks on there. It's very hard to explain. It's got essence of Dusk Gonna Embrace vibe wise. Vocally, it's a bit of everything. It's an aggressive record. It's a very catchy record. It's something that's going to very please our fans. We've worked very hard on it, and last record was received really well. Existence is Futile. I guess this is coming to Australia is really us touring that record because we didn't tour that record. It's an advancement from that. But like I say, it's not because I'm being told not, keep it calm. We can't talk about the record yet. It's just it's very difficult to talk about something that's got so much in it.
Yeah. So speaking of that last album, Existence is Futile, like when it came out back in 2021, it was described in your press release as a wholly different beast to its immediate predecessors. So along those lines, like, did fans react to it the way you would hope? Like, your fans do they like to try and pigeonhole you into one thing, or do they embrace things that you try?
All kinds of reactions, really. Our fans appreciate what we do. It's usually the bystanders always, picking holes in things.
True that. So I guess along those lines, mate, like how much growth and or evolution, I hate that word, but how much is left in your music? How much further scope have you got, do you think?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if you asked me that 20 years ago, I probably would have said probably 5 years. It depends. It's all very, it's all down to perspective, isn't it? And I mean, we don't run out of ideas. I think there's been a lot of bands that have emulated Cradle, so it might not seem as fresh, but the new record's definitely fresh. And I think us working with someone like Ed Sheeran as well is hasn't been done before. A lot of people went, oh my God, this is awful. But those are the people who've got literally zero imagination. And yeah, you know, when it comes out, people will be very surprised how heavy it is. Rather than it's us featuring him. It's not like his vehicle. So I only use that as an example because people are always saying, oh, why don't you try pushing the boundaries a bit further here and that? And I think if you work in one of the world's biggest pop stars and integrating that into a song that includes a blast beat and screams and everything like that, I think it just shows how we can push out and do different things without breaking. I mean, people would like to think that we'd sold out, but without doing that entirely. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not a novelty record. It's not a novelty song. But the novelty here is you've got an extreme metal band doing something with one of the world's biggest artists and not really giving two flying fucks about it either.
I'm actually really, really intrigued to listen to that one, man. But how did was that your idea or was it his idea? Was it a label idea? Like it
was a bit of both. It was about his and mine. And it was just a suggestion that came into fruition. Because he lives about maybe 20 miles from where I live as a crow flies. So we live in an area of England called Suffolk, the county of Suffolk. And I guess apart from me, him, the keyboardist of Pink Floyd and the Darkness, there's not a huge amount of bands around here. And also Ed used to be a fan of Cradle growing up.
Yeah, wow.
I was destined to do his job experience on one of our records, but unfortunately that fell through. So there was a connection that he just wanted to reignite. And I guess looking out for local artists as well.
It's fantastic, mate. Like so many people in your position would just be ashamed, embarrassed, scared to try something like that. But it shows how comfortable you are in yourself and what you do to be willing to do something like that. It's good.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much looking forward to coming to Australia, as we always are. We always have a magnificent time there. And like I say, it's been a while, but then you can blame the global pandemic for that. It's very hard to do anything, obviously, as everybody's fully aware. Didn't just happen to you, didn't just happen to me. But yeah, looking very much forward to it. We've got a great support band in the shape of Infected Rain. So it's going to be a magnificent show. We're firing on all forms. We'll be coming off the back of a small tour of some of the huge summer festivals here in Europe, Summer Breeze, Wacken, Hellfest, etc., etc. So yeah, expect an onslaught of music. Won't be disappointed. Really looking forward to seeing all our Australian fans and friends after such a long time.
Fantastic, Dani. I couldn't have said that better myself, mate. Thanks for your time, brother, and enjoy your break. We'll see you in a couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely. You take care.